All right. I want to say good evening to the champions in this room, to the coaches in this room, to the sponsors, and all of you who support this work. On behalf of the Women in Golf Foundation, the board of directors, and the staff, I am honored to welcome you to this milestone, 30 years of the National Women's Collegiate Golf Classic. This evening holds special significance as we gather to celebrate not just a tournament, but a legacy that began more than 3 decades ago. I still vividly, Okay. I still vividly remember those HBCU girls that I ran into. They were talented young ladies who, from my perspective, they had been abandoned by their coach, who had redirected himself to be themselves, to be with their men's teams on another course, and left the girls on this course by themselves. And I just felt this special calling that that was not right. It didn't feel right. And I'll tell you why I think that happened, because that was just at the beginning of Title IX. So Title IX said they had to have a team, so they had a team. They didn't say you had to pay attention to that team. So it's like, okay, so we set out to work and change that. I felt like I had a calling to ensure that these young women and those who would follow had the support of the community to uplift them, encourage them, and create opportunities for them to showcase their talent. And that's how this all got started. This year marks a truly special occasion, 30 years of where we've had impact, growth, and we've provided opportunities through the foundation, through the Women in Golf Foundation. As we embark on this year-long celebration, because we're going to celebrate all year long, y'all going to hear from us all year long. This is not a one-time thing. We will take the time to reflect on our journey with gratitude, because we are very, very thankful, while looking ahead to an even brighter future. We are thrilled that you are here to celebrate, compete, and continue shaping your path forward with us. Each year, we at the Women in Golf Foundation establish a theme, and we use that theme to kind of guide our vision and our purpose throughout that year. So this year's theme, y'all ready for it? Sankofa Swing, honoring the past, driving the future. This theme is inspired by the Sankofa bird. How many know about the Sankofa bird? Okay, y'all all gonna know about it before these few days are over. And it's a very important symbol to me. And I think I need to be clear about this. It's not about being an African American. It's about the wisdom and the concept of what that symbol represents. And that's why I want to talk a little bit about it and share about it. So our theme is inspired by the Sankofa bird. It's a powerful Ghanaian symbol that teaches us to honor our past while building our future. The Sankofa bird stands with its feet planted forward while looking back over its shoulder, carrying this precious egg. And that represents wisdom, lessons, and the foundation that shapes what's to come. So that's why that's important. We can look at our legacy and understand the wisdom and the lessons that we've learned so that we can make a plan and do what we need to do to create our future. This powerful symbol, to me, embodies the very essence of what Women in Golf Foundation is about. Since our founding, we have been dedicated to empowering the next generation of leaders on and off the course. We began as a modest little 9-hole event with a little bit of development in it, but we've blossomed into what you see here today over the last 30 years. A prestigious 54-hole event with programs that are enriched with mentorship, professional development, and networking opportunities. So that's real special, I think. We also, thanks to some of our sponsors in this room, we offer exemptions for players to play inside of ropes and professional tour events. We got Laura back here who helps us do that. We celebrate excellence with trophies. You see the Renee Powell Cup that they play for, so that we can honor people and we can keep legacies alive. We also have the Barbara Douglas Award that the D2 medalist wins. We have the Jim Shannon Award, even though Jim's a man, but Jim was very instrumental in me learning the game, because when I didn't know anything about golf. I definitely didn't know anything about communicating with coaches or how to create a tournament, but this coach from Alabama State took me under his wing. So I think we have to learn how to learn from those people and honor those, and that's what Women in Golf continues to be about. So tonight, we will honor our alumni. Everybody you're going to hear from is an alumni or either has worked very closely with us and have been adopted as an alumni. Share some of their stories, powerful testimonies of how this work has impacted their lives and their thinking about how our community can and will move forward towards helping to secure the next 30 years. Because y'all know I got to get me some young people doing this. To our competitors tonight. Your efforts here over the next 4 days go far beyond the golf course. You are not here by chance. I believe this work is in divine order and that you are part of the next generation that will take center stage in this ongoing legacy. Today, corporate, civic, and golf industry leaders who you see in this room stand beside you, investing in your success and celebrating your potential. That's why they're here. And everyone that I talk to, when they make the decision to put money behind this tournament, that's how they feel about it. So that's why they're here. So let's just say thank you to them. I want the students to know that you represent your institutions with excellence, integrity, determination, and you leave a legacy, a lasting legacy, contributing to the growth of the game. But most of all, you're investing in your own growth, in your own potential that will last way beyond your 4 years as a college athlete. So that's important to me in terms of what you get from the work that we do. We're so proud. I don't know if they have the screen or not. I hope they do. We're so proud to introduce our 30th anniversary seal. And if it's not up there, I'll talk to you a little bit about it. It's a symbol of the dedication, the resilience, and progress that have defined our journey. To our college players, as you enter tonight, each of you received a handmade bracelet from Ghana. I had those made for you. It's engraved with the anniversary seal of the Sankofa bird. These pieces connect you directly to the heritage and wisdom of this symbol of the Sankofa bird. And they represent not just Africa, they represent the global community. That's the wisdom that I want you to take away from this. And to our coaches, to our sponsors, and our supporters, you're taking home the Women in Golf Foundation 30th Anniversary Challenge Coin. And some of my buddies know how to use those challenge coins. We hope that this will serve as a reminder that you are such a critical piece of the trajectory of these players' lives, because you are. Your contribution has already created a legacy for their future, and we are proudly grateful for your continued commitment. May these tokens remind you of everything in your past, that everything in your past is wisdom and guidance, and that these efforts and decisions you make will continue to shape your future. I invite you to stay connected to us throughout the year, because we're going to be doing stuff, and that you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, because I got a team that's putting some really cool stuff out there, making us really look young and hip. I don't know if hip's the right word now. I learned, can I tell them about the new word I learned? Where's Destiny? Oh. I have to tell you because they are teaching me, so I think that's important.
It's slapped.
It's slapped. See, they know what it means. I didn't know what it meant. See, you don't either. Okay, I'm walking through the airport, right? And this little young lady stops me. I'm going through Clear, right? And she says, "Your hair is so beautiful." I said, "Oh, thanks." She said, "It's slapped." I said, "What?" She said, "Oh, it's really, really nice." But I thought she said it's clap. So I get to Destiny. I say, "Destiny, what was she saying?" So new word for something that's really cool, really sharp is slap, okay? So anyway, that's shaping my future, all right? But anyway, let me just finish this. I got a couple more things I want to say. Thank you for being a part of this incredible legacy. Let's celebrate the past, embrace the present, and build our future together. And I want to thank all of our sponsors. So sponsors, will you just stand for a minute and let them see you, because I want them to know who you are. Thank you. Thank y'all. And the other group I'd like for y'all to see is all my board members. Can you please stand? I don't know where they are. They're hidden back there somewhere. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. I mean, I know that might have been a little lengthy, but I felt like after 30 years I get to say that. But let's move on to what we're going to do next. And I am going to welcome up a couple of our sponsors. My first one is one of my really, 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 really dear friends. And I can tell you, we would not be here at this facility, and we would not have reached a point where we could leave Georgia if it were not for her. From Arcus Golf, Lynette Katy.
Good evening. How's everybody this evening? Good. Legine, you talked about these young babies making you feel old. I don't even want to start. Like 2 years ago, I was in Stop and Shop in Connecticut. And some of you know I like to wear my hair with braids, but I'm lazy, so I only do like this little part right here, and everything else is in a bun. So I'm checking out, and the cashier goes, "Don't you hate it when you have to come out before your hair's done?" I was like, my hair is done. So I come back like 2 weeks later, oh, she got my hairstyle. And I'm not gonna check myself out. I'm waiting in your long line because I want you to, so I still got my hair like that. Now she got it, so she sees me and she goes, "I liked it. I had to swagger jack you." I was like, what is swagger jack? What is that? Okay, enough. So good evening, everyone. My name is Lynette Katy. I'm the corporate director of representation for Arcus Golf. I've only been there 3 years. Many of you probably remember me from the PGA of America, and I am in such a sweet spot right now. I can't even begin to, just clap for that. Like I'm out of PGA, and I'm at Arcus Golf. I'm sorry. I'm so proud that we're the presenting sponsor here at Cinco Ranch, and for this 30th anniversary for Legine, all I can say is we are so elated to be here, to be with her, proud of her work, and the proudest thing I am of where I work now is that we provide HBCU golf teams to practice and play on over 70 golf courses. Not too many other people could say that. Not too many other people could say that. I have to say one more thing, which is off topic, just because I saw somebody, so it's gonna make me say it. So, you know I live in Florida, and so I got here early today, and I'm driving around. I'm moving to Houston, that's all I'm gonna say. I saw so many cute guys. It's ridiculous. I'm in my car, minding my own business, just driving around. I get a honk, honk, a wink. I was like, oh, damn, let me wind down my window. I think I'm moving. So one guy, I'm at the red light, he pulls up. This is the third guy in a row. He pulls up, he looks, and then he looks again. And then he winds down his window. He said, "What's your name?" I was like, "No, what's your name? Don't start nothing." And I told him my name, he told me his name, and he tried to shout out his number, but the light changed, everybody was honking. Hilarious, just hilarious. So I called my daddy immediately, right? My dad's Jamaican. I'm like, Daddy, I think I'm gonna move to Houston. Why you going to move there? I said, Daddy, there's so many cute single guys here. One guy, like, I know he likes me. He said, how you know him like you? What him do? How you know him like you? I said, because he looked at me the way I look at bacon. That's how I know. Okay, I'm back on topic. I'm sorry, I had to get that out. So when you see me here next year, you'll know why. So I met LaJean about 10 years ago when I was with PGA. Daryl Beatty is who introduced me to LaJean. He's the first person to take me to you in my trip to Atlanta. And I was just so impressed by her prior career in corporate leadership at AT&T and blown away by her unwavering and unstoppable commitment to young women in golf. I loved how she elevated women no matter our cultural background on both green grass and in the business of golf. And there aren't too many people that have been doing it this long. Personally, she's like my sister. She's a confidant. She has helped me navigate tough circumstances. She's talked me calmly through my tears with love issues. He's still alive. He's still breathing, because I know you're going to ask me. He's still breathing. She shared strategies for being patient, which I have no patience at all. I want things like right now. And she's always blessed me with her sage wisdom. And literally at my worst, she and Rachel, who's sitting right there, were here when I fell and broke my neck. Not here, but Atlanta here. And she was like my family every day, every day, every day, making sure I was okay. She's the one who picked me up from the hospital. Didn't want to take me to the airport. Wanted to take me to her house. I was like, no, I just gotta go home and recuperate. And it took me 9 months with a cervical collar, and she called me like every other day. That's what a sister does, right? That's what a sister does. She's like a magnet for good people around her, and it's true that they say iron sharpens iron. When she asked me to become a board member a few years ago, I just was elated. And I remember how being thrilled I was to meet that mighty and powerful team of board members, just amazing women. And there was a couple men too, I'll include them. There was a couple men too. As I look around the room, I see so many who have benefited from her tutelage. So after all these years of watching her produce what is now the 30th annual Women in Golf National Collegiate Championship, all I can say is on behalf of Arcus Golf, our Chief Talent Officer, Ron Massey, who you'll meet tomorrow. His flight got canceled, he's not happy. Sean Brown, who is Cinco Ranch's GM. Give it up for Sean and his whole team. Sean is back there. And his whole team, they're tremendous. It is our pleasure to be your presenting sponsor. To my friend and my soror, I love you so much. I gotta say it from my mama, who you guys know is Cuban, and she would say, congratulaciones, mi amor, que maravilloso, right? And in English, I have to say congratulations and cheers, and my daddy would say, what a good thing you do. What a good thing. You mash them up. You see, you mash them up. I'd like everybody to stand and give her your feeling of applause.
Our second, to me, thank you so much, Lynette. Thank you so very much. But to come from a little 9-hole event to this event, to go and be able to have 2 presenting sponsors, I mean, that's big stuff from the world that I come from. So I want to introduce our HEB representative, and I'm going to let him introduce himself because he is here on behalf of James Harris, who will be with us. He has some family issues he has to deal with, but he will be with us tomorrow. So would you come, please, Sam?
I don't know how I'm going to follow that, but Good evening. My name is Sam Arciniega. I am a general manager for HEB. I work with James Harris. I've been with HEB 45 years, coming up here in a few weeks. So I'm truly blessed and with my wife. So at HEB, we are proud to celebrate Women's History Month by honoring our founder's legacy, Florence Butt, a visionary woman who championed education and helping people. In her spirit, we are thrilled to sponsor this event, empowering future generations through learning and opportunity. We at HEB, we dedicate time, resources to help. Through my career, my loving wife, Dora, who's been a partner as well for 40 years, we've done multiple things to help. So with that, I just told you it wasn't gonna be that long, but at HEB, we're proud to be part of this. Thank you for your time.
Okay, there's only a couple things that stand between us and dinner. Stacy, are you back there? Come on up, please. Stacy's one of the newest members of our team. We brought Stacy on board because she lives here in Houston. And we had to figure out how to work and get integrated into the city and get to know people. So Stacy, come up and do your thing.
Good evening. I would like to introduce Mayor Pro Tem of Prairie View, David Allen. Will you please come forward, Mr. Allen?
Thank you, Stacy. And was that Lynette? Yes. Just saying. Just saying. My name. Y'all killing my time now. Hold on. Okay. I've got two resolutions, and in the spirit of time, I'm going to combine them. And one is from State Representative Synfronia Thompson, and this is from the state of Texas. Whereas the members of the Women in Golf Foundation are celebrating the 30th anniversary of the organization's founding by hosting the 2025 National Women's Collegiate Golf Championship. And whereas WIGF emphasizes women's in golf at HBCUs, whereas WIGF is celebrating the 30th anniversary of supporting young female golfers, whereas WIGF youth programs empowers young females by providing scholarship opportunities and essential knowledge about golf etiquette and skills, whereas the National Women's Collegiate Golf Championship is taking place from March 30th to April 2nd at the Golf Club at Cinco Ranch in Katy. Each year, WIGF holds the tournament as the group's main fundraiser. The event encompasses professional development, 54 holes of competitive stroke play, and a championship banquet, among its other initiatives. Whereas WIGF has supported over 150 young students from Prairie View A&M University. I'm just saying, I came out of Prairie View, okay? In case you didn't know. And whereas many of the 150 female golfers attending Prairie View A&M University, like many students, lived in the city of Prairie View. Therefore, I, David Allen, Mayor Pro Tem and former mayor of the city of Prairie View, hereby declare March 30th, 2025 as Women in Golf Foundation Day in Prairie View, Texas. In witness thereof, I hereunto set my hand and have caused the official seal of the city of Prairie View, Texas. this 30th day of March 2025, David Allen, Mayor Pro Tem, and be it resolved that the 30th anniversary of the Women in Golf Foundation be commemorated and that all those involved with the organization and the National Women's Collegiate Golf Championship be extended sincere best wishes for continued success. And that's from State Representative Thompson. And I'll close with my grandfather came over to Panama from Jamaica. My mother was from Panama, where I'm from. So that Cuban Latin thing, hello.
All right, we're about to get into the next portion of the night. Before we get there, I know we still have some ladies eating. We're going to play some videos from some special guests. Mike Wan, the commissioner of the USGA, was so kind to send a little video commemorating the night, as well as Don Ray, the president of PGA of America. So as you're eating, make sure to tune in.
Hi, everyone. This is Mike Wan from the United States Golf Association. And I just wanted to take a minute to interrupt all of you to say a very heartfelt and sincere thank you to the Women in Golf Foundation who are bringing us the 30th National Women's Collegiate Golf Championship in Katy, Texas. We're excited here at the USGA. We're proud of you, we're proud for you, and we can't wait to see how the competition unfolds. I hope for all the athletes and all the people involved, this year's competition is exciting, it's memorable, and it's inspiring, because your play inspires so many others that want to follow in your footsteps. On behalf of all of us who love this game, those that are there and those that are just watching from afar, just know how much we respect you and appreciate you. Have an incredible 30th National Women's Collegiate Golf Championship. Have a great night.
Hi, Don Ray, president of the PGA of America. And I just wanted to say congratulations for being in this room. As student athletes, you're playing in the National Women's Collegiate Golf Championship. Amazing. And the Women Golf Foundation. You know, as a dad of a daughter who's 22 years old, I love when these opportunities happen. One, to showcase your skills as a golfer, but also just knowing with the Women in Golf Foundation and the 30-year support, you're going to be better people in your community. You're going to be better people in the corporate world and certainly amazing golfers. So congratulations. Play well over the next few days. And I hope whoever it is this wins this prestigious Renee Powell Cup. Just know that I'm rooting for you, and I know Renee Powell is too. Have a good time.
All right. Testing 1, 2, testing. It's not on. Testing. All right, good evening, everybody. And we are now going to get into our two panels that we have for this evening. But first, we're going to do a little mini introduction of ourselves. This is Alexis Belton. And I want to share a little bit about Alexis, her background. Alexis is a former #1 female long driver in the world. Also an Epson Tour player, LET Tour player, a phenomenal sister, a best friend. She's the most innovative, creative person I know, the life of the party, and someone I can depend on in Atlanta when my car gets booted.
That was so kind. I get the opportunity to introduce Shasta Avery Hart. All right, we're gonna keep it going. Just kidding. Shasta, the 4th Black LPGA member ever. She played on the Epson Tour, the LET. She won this tournament, won the SWAC how many times?
4.
4 times. Say it out loud. Say it with your chest.
4.
There you go. That part. And although a lot of people know that, she's absolutely dominant on the golf course, she's really great. She left golf as she played on the LPGA, then she went into the corporate world, and then came back. So for all you ladies out there that are like, you don't know what to do, you're scared if you make the wrong decision, you can never make the wrong decision. But my favorite part about Shasta is that she's a humble diva. Yeah. Show them your glasses. She doesn't have them with you.
Which ones?
Oh, see? Point proven right there. I know some people are still getting some food and that y'all are still eating, so we're going to kind of do some giveaways here. And one of the biggest giveaways that we're going to do is because Miss LaJean always has her red glasses.
Oh, you have them.
We got some red glasses for you all as we ask some questions for the night. So our first question.
Oh my God, I can't see.
Can't see my haters right now. How many programs does Women in Golf have? Oh, Miss LaJean, what's going on? Oh, well, do you just want to answer and put them on?
How many? 4. I think we got 3 programming areas. We have collegiate golf, we have junior golf, and we have executive women's golf.
I'm sorry, that is the wrong answer. You have 4 because you also have the Atlanta Girls Cup. But online, it's a program. I'm just saying. All right, how many holes was the first Women in Golf event? Wait a minute.
Y'all
Wait
gotta
a
raise
minute.
your hands.
All right, can you go out to the girl in pink? Oh, here you go. Right there. With her hand halfway raised. There you go.
Who else?
Oh, that's it. She got to answer it, though.
Okay.
Does she know the answer? She got to answer it.
Yes.
9.
What's her name? Where's she from?
I'm Gia. I'm at Chicago State University, and my answer is 9.
All right. All right. Before we get it going and started, we got one more question, and we'll be asking some other questions throughout the night. But this one, I have a little beef with you. Because I've been in Houston, ain't nobody hollered at me. I did not ride around with the windows down. That's facts. I mean, I was like, so how many men have hollered at Miss Lynette while she's been in Houston? Let me see the glasses. Oh, this is going to be a good one. I'm going all the way back for this one. We go all the way back. Because I need to know that y'all were listening. How many men?
At least 1.
Wrong answer. How many men? I think 3. That was close. It was 3 before tonight.
4.
All right, there we go. Woo! Oh, yes. Oh, is this Southern? Okay, my dad went to Southern. He was chairman at one time. I said, go Jags, a lot. Come on, Jags. Okay, what's your name? And where are you from?
My name is Salma Ibrahim. I play for Southern University.
All right, you guys, let's get serious. All right, we're going to go ahead and dive into our first panel. This is the Legacy Builders. And panelists, we have 3. Can you come up as we call your name, and we're gonna read out your bio. The first panelist is Jamila Johnson. Over 40 years in the golf industry as an athlete, coach, and instructor, initiated the men and women's golf team at the University of Maryland Eastern Shores, one of the first Black women to coach D1 men's team. Three-time all-conference golfer and team captain at the Jackson State University. And she's also a board member for the Black College Golf Coaches Association. And we have a little fun fact. What's that fun fact? Oh, you don't have it? Well, I'll take it. Jamila's legacy in golf spans 3 generations, and she's still shaping the future.
All right, next, coming right on time, in the nick of time, Summer Woods, 20 plus years in community engagement, events, and strategic communications. She's the founder of Solution Architects and partner at Woods and Watts Effect. The co-founder of the John Shippen, that many of us have played, that will play, that have benefited from. She's the former VP of marketing for M1 Rail and event leader for many things like the PGA Tour and the Super Bowl. Fun fact for Summer, she helped protect democracy in Detroit during the 2020 election count.
Hey.
She that girl.
And rounding out our final panelist is Sylvia Monsango. Sylvia is the assistant coach for men and women's golf at TSU. She's a former NCAA D1 golfer at Alabama State. She's a 3-time SWAC champion and all-conference player. She holds a master's in communication, pursuing a doctorate in educational admin. The background also in higher ed marketing, student success, and media production. And a fun fact is Sylvia's golf team made the NCAA regionals every year she played.
Woo!
And not too much, though, because Jackson State did, too. I'm just saying.
Oh, already beef up here. All right. Well, ladies, please feel free to sit down. We're going to start off. We, heard a lot about what y'all have done and what y'all do, but we want to know a little bit about who you are. So we've got some rapid-fire questions for y'all. You'll give a mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, yeah.
Right.
All right, we're live. So we got some rapid fire questions, and I'm a big proponent of having shot clocks in the golf game. So if any of y'all are playing slow tomorrow, best to make sure I'm gonna be the one counting down, okay? So y'all have 5 seconds to answer each question. Y'all ready?
Here you go.
Here,
We can share. It's 2.
Not in 5 seconds.
Girl, stop. If you don't talk all day, you'll be fine.
All right,
She's a talker. You want to cut her off.
all right, y'all ready? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, all right?
Okay.
Walk up song.
All I do is win.
Dang, I don't know. Anything by Prince. I don't know.
Ooh.
Anything by Prince.
Anything, I'm a piano, Afrobeats. Yeah.
I love that. First thing you do when you get to the golf course.
Put on my shoes.
Okay.
The way that these bones are set up, stretch.
Okay.
Good stretch.
Hit the putting green.
Dream foursome.
Renee, Tiger, Charlie, and believe it or not, Charles Forster.
Is this living, deceased? Does it make a difference?
be
Yeah, I
fake.
would say
Could be
Charlie
AI.
Clifford for sure. VJ Singh, Tony Finau, and then Renee Powell. Not Tiger, though.
Oh, the shade.
Hot take. All right.
All right. Tiger Woods, Ernie Els. Who would my third one be?
3,
Okay.
2.
Coach Clark and myself, because obviously I want to be part of it too.
All right, there we go. When you ask that question, I feel like you learn a lot about a person when you know their dream foursome. All right, We got two more real quick. What place would you come in if you were to play the tournament against these girls tomorrow?
I definitely would be in the all tournament team.
Oh.
The way that my golf game is set up, I'll just be thankful to
to complete. It's
I ain't got no
30
time
one
to play
day.
no more. Just finish.
Definitely play like as our fourth player on the team, probably. Yeah, so we
I feel like some of them got some smoke for y'all back there. All right, last one. One word to describe the 30th anniversary.
Humbling.
Powerful.
inspirational.
Incredible. Give it up for them.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, we're gonna start with individual questions, okay? And the first up, Jamila. You helped build an entire program from scratch, and you were one of the first Black women to coach a D1 men's golf team. What drove you to take up space in spaces that not exist for you?
I think that is the key point. Growing up, those spaces didn't exist for me, and a lot of my challenges started early on. My mom is here, and I always want to. I was telling somebody my story about how she sacrificed and worked double shifts so that I could just go out and play in tournaments. And she didn't do it just for me; she did it for so many other children. And so, being a part of that and understanding early on, people who understand the Midwest District, I don't know how many of you all remember it, but to see 300 Black children playing golf on 2 different courses, over the course of several days, and they had everything from peewees to juniors to high schoolers to collegiate, and I don't even think you all could even imagine what that looks like. And growing up in that and knowing the challenges and how I was treated on the golf course, regardless whether I was a junior or an adult, even when I started coaching. I just wanted to be better for the next generation. I just wanted the ladies to have, and young men, to have so many things that I didn't have. So that's what made me take up that challenge.
Yeah, I think it's so powerful when we think about the people like our parents, but then also the people before, and you're continuing to be the living legacy of those before and creating your own. This one's for Summer Woods. As a co-founder of the John Shippen, what has been the most powerful impact you've seen witnessed from that initiative?
First I think this is important. We're talking about the John Shippen and the status of where we are with 3 letters that are so controversial. And I know that could be a tricky, but I'm just who I am. So I'm gonna say it. One, I just want to shout out Lynette and HEB and all the sponsors to be able to still support this, right? To the board members, I commend you that you have supported Miss Legine for her to continue her vision. Many times, Black woman-founded organized institutions are taken over all the time, and board members contribute to that. And so I just would like to commend in the status and where we are in this world of these 3 letters. It is wild to me. So I just want to make sure I start with that and paying homage to those individuals. I will say, as it relates to the John Shippen, being somebody that is a product of Mama Selena and Hollywood Golf, the representation of, and I worked for the PGA Tour, it is the same stuff 20 years later after me working for the PGA Tour. It is the wildest thing to me. It is the wildest thing to me, right? And the idea of the John Shippen was to be able to hopefully start a different conversation, but to be able to help and support. So when you see a Tim O'Neill, who is, who's from the Jackson State, living his dream and going on to the Champions Tour and seeing the Anita Uwadias and, seeing the Ashley Shaw who's in the building, a young phenom from Arizona. Like, that's what it's about, is being able to elevate these names that people don't know. And when I do say I'm intentional to say I don't want to play with the Tigers, because I worked for the tour. Vijay Singh was a person who knew he was a Black man. He understood the struggle. He was very supportive when I was an intern at the PGA Tour and very unapologetic about that. And so when you are in these spaces, to be able to talk about what that is and have an opportunity to lead and to do something different, we should. And that is the goal with the ship in. And hopefully as we try to figure out how to maneuver around these 3 controversial letters, hopefully we will be able to continue with that legacy moving on.
How long, yeah. How long did it take to birth something like the John Shippen?
It didn't take long. You know, we were very intentional about it. I think the main thing when we talk about inclusion is that we need to not have it separate. It needs to be embedded into our business. And so when you have, as I was telling Rachel at the table, I was just mind blown that Target's, to have black hair care on the shelves was DEI. Like, why is that not a part of your business model, right? Like, so how can we talk about DEI that is embedded? So the hope is, as we started off in 2019, it wasn't hard, right? Everybody was willing to get around it. But hopefully through this opportunity that we are faced with now, we can understand that it should not be separate, but it should be integrated so it can never be attacked ever again.
I remember our first phone call, the first year, the John Shippen, and the vision that you had, and to be able to be a part of it, and to see it where it is now has just been really beautiful. And you've worked so hard, and you put a team around you that believes in your vision as well. And we really, obviously, we appreciate you. And Sylvia, you're next up, and what we have for you is, as a former SWAC champion turned collegiate coach and soon to be doctor, how are you shaping your players not just as athletes, but as whole people?
Well, I'm continuously growing myself, so I think definitely trying to lead by example. That would be by trying to instill discipline and accountability, be that things as little as making sure you're on time, making sure you're showing out for workouts and practice and everything. And if you don't attend or if you miss out, you have to be disciplined for that, because at the end of the day, even though it is an individual sport, it's a team aspect. So we're only as strong as our weakest links, and essentially we're just keeping each other accountable to try and be as best as we can be. I think additionally also pushing forward with the push for obviously academic success and preparation for the future, because the main reason why we're here is to walk across that stage at the end of the 3-4 years that you are in your respective institution. So we're here to do some work. Yes, obviously we are getting as many SWAC championships as we can, but we want to walk away with those 2-3 degrees as well. So just ensuring and constantly reminding everybody that it's about finishing strong both in the classroom and on the course. I think also just instilling, constantly trying to be a better version of yourself in any way that you can be from the day before. So.
Well, I feel like the men and women's team, they have a great mentor aside from a coach. Now I have a group question. And it is, what were your memories of playing in the Women in Golf Collegiate Championship? And it could be good or bad.
We want to hear some
We
funny
want transparency.
She said, tell the truth.
Oh, that was a trick question. I think probably it's two big memories, which is probably LaJean's greatest memory of me, was that, like she said, even early on, I have been very, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, that's a very good word. I have been outspoken for a long time, y'all. And my mother was saying, she said, well, that team that was left at the course. I said, Mama, she was talking about my team. I was one of those teams that got left at the course. And, she came up and approached us. So first, I'm going to give y'all 3 memories. One memory, I'm going to tell you all, the workshop that you all go through every year for the folks who, the business skills, that is one of my most vivid memories of this tournament, because I remember that we had it in the library and the man was telling us how we could be millionaires. by the time we were 40 years old, how we should be. No, I'm not a millionaire. I didn't. I'm not a millionaire, y'all.
Were you listening?
But I did. I did
she's
listen.
sitting
I
in
know
the
about
back.
compounded interest and everything. I actually still have the book. I should have dug it up and found it because it was so profound about compounded interest. And I understood, and I actually ended up going into finance, y'all. So I clearly remember that impact the career about how to manage my money, which, again, a lot of times we don't get that education on how to manage our money. We don't know about compounded interest. We don't know about 401ks until we're almost 40 years old, and now we're trying to play catch up. So I just really appreciate them instilling that information in us so early on so that at least we would have the opportunity to be millionaires if we knew how to just put $30 a month away starting at 20 years old.
Starting at 3.
Huh?
Starting at 3 years old.
No, 20. And so I think the other memory was that being outspoken, you all, I just didn't think I should be mistreated any kind of way. I didn't care who you were. I think that all athletes, I do have some of my former players here, I always felt that they deserve respect. You know, I'm always one for coaches, always showing respect. I don't believe in cussing out my players. I don't believe in mistreating them. I actually want to give them and take care of them better because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about their future. That was the whole reason that we have the teams. It's about their education. It's about them being better people. And so even as a player, I did not want to be mistreated. And Ms. Jean walked up on me and my coach, and we was having a real talk. And she slowly kind of wanted to back away. She just didn't know where to go because she walked up. Because I was telling him, I will not let you talk to me like that. My mother doesn't talk to me like that. Nobody talks to me like that. You won't talk to my teammates like this, and we deserve to be treated better. And so that's what she walked up on, and you know, and to this day, she remembers. The conversation might have even been a little bit more colorful, but that, and then last but not least, one of the best and worst scores I ever shot was in her tournament. I shot a 77 for my round, but y'all, that was with an 8 on a par, I think a par 4. I got an 8 or a 9 on a par 4, and I still shot a 77. So for me, that was one of my best rounds as far as recovering, because a lot of times it's not always, when you have that bad hole, you know, you kind of tank the rest of it and you give up. But, you know, it was always about keep going because you never know what your teammates are doing. And we actually won the tournament because none of us chose to give up despite on how bad of a day we was having. So I encourage you all to do the same.
That's good. I have a quick question. You don't cuss out your players, but did you cuss out your coach?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
I was just wondering.
I don't use, I actually don't use profanity in my day-to-day. Yeah. I heard it's a great stress reliever. It might keep my blood pressure in the future from going up, but no, I just let them know what was up. I had to let them know what was up.
Summer, what about yourself?
I'll just give you one.
Yes.
Honestly, it was just really Lejean. Like, she has always just been a sweet spirit. She was very welcoming. She was very engaging. It felt like family. It felt like a reunion. And even to that point, because she was so welcoming, so loving, you know, planning her first event till now, she's still the same way. And I remember, too, after I crossed into the greatest sorority of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, that's not that oop. I heard that. Ain't nobody. But no, I appreciated that after I actually crossed, like it was another level of just love and appreciation. And to this day, I actually refer to her as my soror mentor. So I will say that honestly, that's the greatest memory that I have is just her genuine love.
For me, I would say definitely the relationship building that came with the tournament, from obviously coming out with our teams and stuff, but then it went beyond just a competition. Like every time we'd come out and we'd meet up with people that we're playing against, but again, it was just nothing but love and appreciation and fun, and obviously straight competition because we knew that Alabama State was the best. Where are my girls from State? So I know we won like all years that I was there, all 4 years when I played, and it was absolutely great. And then the relationship just continued to foster all the way until today. It's been 10 years that we've known each other, and we constantly still keep in check with each other and constantly reaching out and making sure the love and appreciation has kept growing. And yeah, we're just so grateful for everything. Yeah.
I just want to say, is it obvious that Sylvia and I wasn't in school at the same time? Okay, all right.
One of the biggest things that I keep seeing, I didn't have the opportunity to come to this tournament. I'm one of the adoptees into Miss Lejean's family, into this family, is that it is a family atmosphere. Like, you guys make the most of what you have here. And so that's super beautiful. And I thank all of y'all for being up here and giving your time. Ladies, a challenge to y'all is you have people that have already been in the shoes that you currently are. And they have not had the resources that you have. They have pioneered different ways to give you opportunities. If you have any questions, if you have any, want to learn something, want a connection, anything, make sure you reach out to them. Follow-ups is the number one thing that I can tell y'all is going to be important, not just for tonight, but for your career and for your life. So make sure you use the advantage that you have tonight here. So thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you. She is a senior recruiter at Nike, leading early career and HBCU initiatives. She's a former SWAC champion and a captain at Texas Southern University. She was named 2017 SWAC Woman of the Year. When did they come out with that? That's amazing.
She's mad because she thought that she would have it if she had the chance.
That's amazing.
She's like, how did I
didn't get that, okay? And a fun fact of Jalen is she once oh no, I had that wrong. You have
Fun
that.
fact, and I don't know, there's nobody in law enforcement here, right? She can drive with no hands while eating Chick-fil-A. Look, Ma, no hands. All right, next, Destiny Hall. Woo. Destiny played collegiate golf at Texas Southern University. She's a foundation and outreach manager at Texas Golf Association, event manager for Women in Golf Foundation, and communication lead for Journey Through 18. Fun fact, Destiny mentors the next generation and designs the programs that empowers everyone that's in here, out there, over there, in Mars, in space, everywhere.
And rounding out our final panelist is Jasmine Cunningham. Jasmine is a graduate of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore in professional golf management. She's a talent and culture program specialist at Acushnet Company, Tireless of Footjoy, many of you all know. And she leads inclusion efforts with HBCU golf programs and diverse professional golfers. She's passionate about educating young people on opportunities in the golf industry. And a fun fact about Jasmine is outside of golf, Jasmine loves yoga, reading, spending time with family, and hanging out with us when she comes today.
Yes. Okay, the beautiful thing about being, a Black woman in golf is that whenever we're in each other's cities, I know y'all do this as well, you call each other up. It's a family reunion here, right? So every time Jasmine comes, who knows Brittany Lawton here, who works with Women in Golf Foundation, we all get together and we do each other's hair like we're literally 13 years old. And have not kids' drinks. All right, ladies, we're gonna start off the same. We've heard the amazing things that y'all have done in y'all's short lifespan. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? But we have some rapid fire questions for y'all. Are y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Sure, let's do it. Okay.
We're
We're about to find out. All right. We're gonna start with this one. TikTok or IG Reels?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Sorry.
What about y'all? TikTok or IG Reels?
Long live TikTok.
Okay. Who says Facebook? It's only Miss Lejean, put your hand down. We were talking about staying young now.
MySpace?
All right.
Whoa.
Zanga? No, just kidding. All right. Most inspiring woman in golf, past or present? Jazz, go first. On the clock.
Ooh, past. Are we naming?
Yeah, name.
Oh, of course, Renee Powell. I'm gonna go past Renee Powell.
Renee Powell.
Renee Powell. Yeah.
I love it. Favorite golf accessory?
Ooh, ball marker.
I like a visor, a cute visor.
My glove.
Glove. Okay.
Yeah.
She said, I'm not about to have calluses.
You guys don't have the ones for your nails out?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, 70-year-old lady.
Okay. Sure.
One of my favorite things that I have in my bag is actually tahini sauce, tahini seasoning. Yes, I carry like cucumbers in my golf bag. Instead of hot sauce, I'm like, fruit. Okay. All right, last one. If your career had a theme song, what would it be?
Who's that girl? Na, 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 na. Who's that girl?
Any and every Beyonce album.
Okay.
Any of them work, yes.
I was gonna say Diva by Beyonce. Yeah, I love the beginning too. Na 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 na, Diva is a
Who in here is still listening to Drake? I saw the hand back there. Saw the hand back there.
Tough year.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get into it. Starting with Jasmine.
All right, Jazz. I can only call her Jazz. It's Jasmine to everyone else.
Miss Jasmine.
Miss Jasmine, yes, that's correct. What was your journey to Titleist like, and what opportunities did you have?
Yeah, great question. Thank you. So my journey with Titleist started at the age of 18. So I was actually working at Woodmont Country Club in Maryland, and the director of golf came up to me. He said, "You're going to work for Titleist one day." And I'm 18 years old. I don't know what, that sounds crazy. But he said, "I'm going to put you in contact with someone, one of my really good friends." And at 18, I met John Screen, who's the VP of sales. And from there, we developed a great relationship. 4 years later, after bugging him every year about, internship opportunities, he took me under his wing. And then I started out as an intern. And then now we're here. So, yeah.
Girl. A follow-up question for you is, you're the 8th Black woman, to get your PGA
Class
A profession.
Yeah.
We got to hear from the ladies beforehand, and they had less opportunities than we did, and then we're looking at a room of ladies that have more opportunities than we did. How did you take advantage of the opportunities when you were coming up?
Yeah, I would say follow-up is key. You definitely want to bug people. People are going to remember who bugs them. So definitely following up and just not giving up. I think that my role at Acushnet today did not exist before I was here. So I think just staying dedicated and true to who you are, but also just not giving up, because there were so many times I'd be crying to my dad because I did not want to be in the golf industry. It was too difficult, and I didn't see anyone like me in the corporate space. And so my dad just kept encouraging me to just, stick with it, and he saw the vision that I didn't see 10 plus years ago. So, yeah.
So the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yep.
Speaking about squeaky wheels, getting oils and championships and rings and all the things, Jalen, how does your background as a SWAC champion influence how you lead in corporate spaces today?
Great question. And I want to just start by saying how special of a moment this is for me to be here. I know all of us, and even the panel that came before, this is so surreal for us to be back in this room, and to see what y'all have been accomplishing for 30 years is incredible. So shout out to Ms. Legine and the entire board for having us here tonight. I'm so honored to be a small part of it, so thank you for having me. And I think just my time through college and playing in SWAC and being in rooms like this, it's so special to be in these communities, and I didn't maybe realize losing some of that in the corporate world, or how much I still needed that connection. So I find myself now still seeking out these spaces and still seeking out these communities and wanting to create that for other students and other teammates and colleagues that I come across. Because you don't see this outside of really intentional, put together moments like this. You don't have this sense of community, this bond, this shared experience that we all grew up with. And to know that that can carry into my professional career was really important to me. So I still look for that even today in the current work that I do.
Amazing, amazing. Now, we are in the great state of Texas.
Yes.
You're from Texas.
Sure am, yeah.
And now we're pivoting to Destiny.
Yeah.
And the question I have for you is, how did you bring attention and impact to the mentorship and access work you're doing across the state of Texas?
Yes, by not forgetting what it was like to be in these girls' shoes. It was only a couple of years ago I graduated during COVID, and I was caught up in that weird time of not knowing what my next step was after college golf. You know, you get so caught up in the next tournament, playing throughout the summer, that you lose sight of exactly, you know, what Sylvia said, which was your career, you know, the internships, the connections that you make. So I always try and remember what it was like to not know my next step, you know, not know where my next internship was, not know how my bills were going to get paid, not know, you know, where I wanted to go in my career now that I had this degree. You know, I was fortunate enough during COVID to reach out on LinkedIn to a PGA career consultant who took me to a Chili's during COVID. Back when they
Chili's.
Yes, yes, yes.
Could take you to Red Lobster.
Yes, her name's Kelly Gilly. She now serves as the executive director of the North Texas PGA section, and she was a career consultant. She took me to Chili's during COVID, talked to me about working golf, followed up with me during COVID during my senior year, and then she offered me the first internship in career services for PGA of America headquarters. And that is how I got started working in the golf industry when I was unsure of that. I didn't even look to working in the golf industry, even though I was a college golfer, and the many majors that lie under that. So, you know, I always just remember, you know, just like our symbol, looking back and now looking forward and who I can bring up with me.
Yeah, give it a good. I have to say one thing that resonates with you, is that every time I would run into you, you were always moving and grooving. But the most important thing, though, with that is I think oftentimes we're told, hey, just keep your head down and keep moving. You held your head high. Every single time, shoulders back, you were blazing through as you are continuing to do. So just absolutely amazing. Jayla, I just have one follow-up question for you.
Yeah.
You have also standout sister, Amber, who plays golf.
Shout out Amber.
Oh, there she is.
She's right there.
What would be one thing you would tell yourself if you were to look in the mirror right now?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
You can start off with like, we did this.
We did this, yes, we did this. And I think really appreciating the moment I'm in and slowing down a little bit and again, staying present. I am so fortunate to have had the support system. Amber and my dad is also here too. I have another younger sister. She's a senior at Howard, so we're a very like tight-knit family. Yes, Howard is in the house. And being like the oldest daughter, and just having that close connection to my sisters, like always wanting to be a good example to them for one, and knowing what my parents kind of had out for me and the way they raised me was really important for me to kind of keep my head high too, and just really show them a good way. So feeling proud of myself for that in one sense, and then also just really appreciating all that I have accomplished. I am from Houston, but I grew up in Louisiana, a very small town. That's where all my family is from, so I would have never imagined like a kid from where I came from would have had the career experiences that I've had. I've been at Nike for 8 years, which has been really incredible, and I moved across the country. I was working in Oregon for a little bit. I've been back in Houston for the past 6 or 7 years, so just really feeling proud of myself for doing that. I would have never like imagined that, but these rooms, these spaces, these communities, the development that came out of this group really gave me some of those opportunities and prepared me for that. So just appreciating that and not rushing through life and getting caught up and needing to figure out what's next all the time. Just slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, staying in the moment. I mean, it's just like playing golf. I think one of the things that you ladies will probably experience as well, is just anything that you are going through, you're probably looking back and being like, you're okay.
We came out of it, yes.
You made it.
Yeah, we're okay.
You made it.
No one's gonna remember that you shot 80, at your tournament.
Right.
Like it's
Or
the
that
small
you shot
things,
88 and got kicked out of the Epson event because you shot too high of a score.
Or that. All right, so I have a group question for you ladies. If you could wave a wand and change one thing about the golf industry, what would it be? I'm sure there's a lot.
You can take some time to.
Jeopardy.
This is touchy. Because there are so many great things. It would probably be maybe a little bit more mentorship, but I would probably, now that I'm in this position to where I can say this, hopefully without repercussion, pay. Honestly, I can't tell you. I've been an assistant pro before, and luckily for me, it was under Milana Dodge at Herman Park Golf Course. Great woman to work under, and she was my first coach. And it was really important for me to. Thankfully, my mom's here too, Benita Hall. She found a Black woman for me to be coached by back when I wanted to quit and give up as a junior and not having that, representation in our sport. But for me, it's pay. It's hard being an assistant pro. It's hard. It was hard being an assistant pro. It was hard being an intern. It was hard being a fellow. There are sacrifices to get to this point. And I'm someone who does work. I have 3 jobs. And I love each and every one of them. But if I'm being very honest, it's pay. Like, you have to be realistic about the time that we are in, how much things are costing, that you have bills. There are some internships that you can't take, not because you don't want them or think that you deserve them, but because you have to be realistic about your responsibilities, especially if you are by yourself or that you don't 100% depend on your parents and don't want to. So it would be, upping the pay and giving these girls their flowers and making sure that they can take care of themselves while they try and to elevate in their careers. Let's just be realistic.
Period. On a similar note, I would say in golf, in society, in culture, like just keeping this momentum, keep creating space like this, opportunities like this, and I think too often we're running into like roadblocks now and things getting pulled back and taken away from us in many regards across life, which is really unfortunate. When we think about creating a future and just honoring legacy, like we want to keep moving forward and keep pushing the needle and taking up space and just being really bold. So I think as the entire industry, like allow for more of that to happen and keep the momentum and energy and all the support behind that so that we can keep making those spaces.
I would probably say sharing the history. I think when I was in college, I was fortunate enough to have my coach Jamila over there guiding me through. But I think oftentimes we forget where we came from, and I think it's so important to understand the history of just learning about my coach and how the experiences she had to go through. So I think just understanding the history, mentorship is also another one. I think that we're constantly fighting for spaces to be in sometimes, and it gets challenging. But there's room for everyone at the end of the day. There's many golf brands, manufacturers. I always say there's like 10 different brands of bread in the grocery store. Like, they all taste the same. So, I think there's space for everyone at the end of the day. So I would say those things.
Yeah, that's incredible. Those are some
amazing responses.
I think if we look out, here tonight, we have everyone from Ashley Shaw. You're 14, Ashley? 15? She's 15 years old. She said, get it right. 15. We've got Ashley from 15. We've got, wise people up front.
That's kind. That's kind.
And everything in between, but season. And there's an importance also from, as you talk about mentoring, but even diversity of age. And you have brought so many people together. like this moment right here that is very rare. So thank you so much. And thank you again I know you're gonna talk about to the sponsors as well, but I know for us, it's so encouraging to see sponsors invest in something like this. There are not enough people that want to, and y'all don't even just sponsor this, but y'all sponsor other women golf events, y'all sponsor other events, and so we want to say thank you. I get the chance to play with a lot of cool people. I mean, everybody does when you play golf. But someone asked me one time, who's the most famous person that you've ever played golf with? And I was like, y'all, my mom's from San Antonio, I'm from Louisiana. I was like, I got to play with the CEO of HEB. And they also own Central Market. And if you haven't been there, y'all should all stop and go. So thank you, ladies, for continuing not to just hold y'all's positions and where y'all are, but also to take time to come here, to mentor, to come back from where you came from, and to continue not just the legacies of other people, but creating your own legacy.
Thank you all, and thank you all. Thank you to all our panelists. Y'all just give all of our panelists a hand. And thank you, Alexis, and thank you, Shasta. Where y'all at? Y'all behind me? Thank y'all so much. Give them a hand. And thank y'all for your patience. I know we went a little bit long. That was not my plan. I planned to get you out of here at 8:30, but I mean, I'm sorry, but I think y'all enjoyed it, right? I have one more video. Mike, can we play that last video, please?
On behalf of the LPGA,
We have a video from the interim commissioner of the LPGA, Liz Moore. They had to modify their work back there because the folks in the back couldn't see, so they had to change this to live streaming, so they got to flip back. Any questions out there while we wait? Everybody good? While we do that, funniest thing that's happened to me in 30 years. Oh, I don't know. You know, funniest thing, I can tell you some of the worst, but some of the funniest. Oh my goodness. You know, it's you know, we've had such interesting times. You know, I guess I'm gonna start to have to go back and think about some of those kind of times, Lynette, because as we've gone from doing events like this in my house, I guess the very first one was at a Longhorn. Then they started being in my house, and then we'd have them early and they'd be in my backyard. Then we had a sponsor, Nate Golston, who owned a gourmet company. Nate did them at his house until we got to the point that we could afford to go to a hotel and have them. Yeah, so we've come a long ways. Are we gonna be able to see it? Okay.
On behalf of the LPGA, we'd like to congratulate the Women in Golf Foundation on 30 years of impact. For the past 3 decades, your organization has been a driving force in advancing women's golf and inspiring the next generation of leaders, both on and off the golf course. Your dedication and commitment to creating development opportunities for young women has empowered generations of players and opened doors for countless college students who've participated in the National Women's Collegiate Golf Championship. Through your LPGA, USGA girls golf programs, and most recently, the Atlanta Girls Cup, your efforts continue to help girls gain confidence, skills, and a lifelong love for the game. Congratulations again on this incredible milestone. We're delighted to celebrate with you.
I think that is an absolute great note to end on. I want to thank all of our sponsors. This has just been phenomenal. I appreciate every bit of time you've put into working with me on this, every bit of money you've put into working with me on this, and every encouraging word that you've had to keep me going and keep us going. So thank you very much to all of you. And tomorrow is another big day for us. It's going to kick off with our professional development work. And many of the sponsors in this room will be there for you ladies, and I think that's going to be a really, really fun time. And then you'll get to play a round of golf in the afternoon with many of the people in this room and some others. And on Tuesday and Wednesday is real competition. And when the competition is over, on Wednesday, somebody's going to teach us how to clap that fan. Okay? I got fans for everybody, so you got it. And we've been shotgunning to get y'all off the course so everybody doesn't have to rush to the airport. We're going to have a little time to do the awards and play, okay? So with that, good night and good evening, and see you in the morning.